Director, Luapula Province. Thank you very much, Chair. Good morning. My name is Luvinda Sinyani from the Planning and Research Department in the Office of the Auditor General. Thank you.
Good morning, Chair. My name is Katulwende Matthews from Controller of Internal Audit, Ministry of Finance and National Planning. Thank you.
Good morning, Chair, and good morning, honorable members, and good morning, Chamber. My name is Oscar Nyarenda from the Office of the Accountant General, Ministry of Finance and National Planning.
Good morning, Honorable Chair and the honorable members of Parliament. I'm Edwin Siluimba from Ministry of Local Government and Rural Development.
Good morning, Chair. Morning witnesses. My name is Bonaventure Miola. I'm Principal Auditor in charge of local authorities in Luapula Province.
Good morning, Chair. Good morning, honorable members. Good morning, CS and the chief. My name is Innocent Mwema from the Office of the Clerk.
Good morning. My name is Emmanuel Walia from the Office of the Clerk.
Thank you. I will now invite you, Account Secretary, to introduce yourself and then allow your colleagues to do the same.
Good morning, Chair. Good morning, honorable members. My name is Francis Nkoma, Council Secretary, Chembe. Thank you, sir.
Next. Either way. Next. Either side, I mean.
Good morning, Chair. Good morning, honorable members. My name is Paul Njamba, in charge of Finance, Director of Finance.
Okay.
Good morning, Chair. Good morning, honorable members of Parliament. My name is Agonda Hastings. I'm the Director of Engineering Services at Chembe Town Council.
Good morning, Chair. Good morning, honorable members. I am Simon Wheeler, Director of Planning.
Good morning, Chair. Good morning, honorable members of Parliament. My name is Robinson Musokaro, Internal Auditor.
Thank you.
Good morning, Chair. My name is Yona Kalunga, Procurement Officer for Chembe Town Council.
Thank you very much. Honorable members, Honorable Singombe.
Chair, I'm grateful. Good morning, Chembe Town Council. My name is Singombe Edgar, representing the people of Dundumwezi in Kaloma Southern Province. You are welcome to your committee.
Morning, Chair, and morning, permanent witnesses, and good morning, Chembe. I'm Honorable Dr. Aaron Mwanza, Area Member of Parliament for Kaumbwe constituency, Petauke District. Welcome to your committee. Thank you.
Chair, good morning. Good morning, permanent witnesses. Chembe Council, good morning and welcome to your committee. Mishek Mutetwa Nyambose, representing the special people of Chasefu constituency in Eastern Province. Once again, you're welcome.
Chair, grateful, and we missed you. It's our pleasure having you back. I'm another Mishek Mutelo, not Mutetwa, from Mitete, a member of this committee. Chembe, you are welcome. It's a lovely committee.
Thank you very much, Vice Chair. Vice Chair. Okay, she will join us later. My name is Mulunda Darius, Member of Parliament for Siavonga constituency, and the chairperson for the Committee on Local Government Accounts, the committee appearing before this morning. Witness, before we get into business, members of Parliament enjoy the immunity and the control of the laws of Zambia. And the same is extended to you when you appear before in parliamentary committee, that whatever you say will not be used against you unless you deliberately choose to mislead this committee. But I'm on firm belief that you will not do that, and that you're going to give us factual information, that you're going to give us the information that will help us draft a very good report, which we will then submit to the main house. So with that, Council Secretary, I will invite you now to speak to your document to be able to submit to this committee your report with further guidance that you are only going to read the query, your response, which is cause of query, your response, the action that you have taken, and of course the remedy. For instance, your submission starts at on page 2, but we are reliably informed by the auditors that this particular issue has been resolved on utilization of CDF number 1. It has been resolved. So you go to page 3 and start your submission on page 3 on item number 2. And then you also skip item number 3. But you go on item number 2 now, and you skip number 3 and then continue. In that fashion, proceed.
Thank you, Chair. Chair, my report is designed in 2 parts. The part 1, which is part A, is specific queries whose responses I'm going to highlight in my report, and there's also part B, which is covering the cross-cutting issues and the queries found there. So item 2 from part
Just
A.
pull the mic a bit to yourself.
Item 2 from part A, Chair, goes as follows. The first one is construction of a 1x3 classroom block, Chembe Primary School. On 12th August 2022, Chembe Town Council engaged Northern Shasa Limited of Kitwe to construct a 1x3 classroom block at a contract sum.
Council Secretary said you read the query. For instance, where we are starting from, construction of 1x3 classroom block, Chembe Primary School. Then you go to cause of query. You don't read
Thank you, Chair. Thank you, Chair, for that guidance. So the main heading is construction of a 1x3 classroom block, Chembe Primary School. Management response, cause of query. Management acknowledges the observations made by the auditors and wishes to submit that the warping roof was due to the trusses which were fabricated in Kitwe due to the regular power outages experienced in Chembe. Action taken. Management wishes to report that the council wrote to the contractor after the observations, and the works which were outstanding have since been worked on. This is as at Appendix 5, 6, 7, and 8, Chair. There are pictures here showing the works that have been done. So remedial measures, management will ensure that critical items to the constructions are done within the district to avoid damage during transportation. Item 3, Chair, your advice is actually resolved. So I'm proceeding to item 4. Item 4 is on page 6. Construction of a police post at Chipete. So management response, cause of query, Chair. Management acknowledges the observations made by the auditors and wishes to submit that there was a delay in the completion of the project due to the poor road network to Chipete, as this road becomes impassable in the rain season. Action taken. Management wishes to report that the council approved an extension of time to ensure that the contractor completes all the pending works. I wish to also state that the contractor has since completed the pending works. This, Honorable Chair, can be seen at Appendix 10 and 11. See below the pictures also. The major measure, management had resolved that all constructions to certain locations which become impassable in the rainy season be done in the dry season for the time being, as plans are underway to work on all the roads in the district, as key moving equipment has now been procured. Item number 5, construction of a mortuary and supply of equipment at Chembe Mini Hospital. Management response. Cause of query. Management acknowledges the observations made by the auditors and wishes to submit that the contract was awarded in the rain season, and the contractor wrote to the local authority to indicate that the works would delay until after the rains. There is Appendix 12 showing that. Action taken. Management wishes to report that the contractor has since worked on all aspects that were outstanding. Appendix 13 and 14 attest to that, and below are the pictures, Chair. The major measure, management has resolved that all projects should commence after the rainy season to ensure that they are completed within the stipulated contract period. I'm moving now to Part B, Chair, cross-cutting audit findings. Under this Part B, query number 1 is the budget performance. The concern here, Chair, is on the unspent funds, 19,937,122. Management response. Cause of query. Management acknowledges the findings made by the auditors and wishes to submit that the 2 million variance was as a result of the funds withheld for procurement of the CDF monitoring Land Cruiser. The 2,400,790 was the committed funds for 2021 running projects, which were to be completed in 2022. Further, the delay in the implementation of the CDF activities was due to the approval of the said activities being sanctioned in January of 2022, thereby leaving only 5 months before the end of the year. Therefore, it became difficult to spend the funds considering the number of months which had remained before the close of the year and the lengthy procurement processes before decentralization. Additionally, the local authority was delayed by the need to have the officers trained in the management of CDF by the ministry. This, Chair, we can refer to Appendix 15. Action taken. Management wishes to report that the unspent funds as at the close of the financial year were utilized in the following year, which is 2023, as it could not be spent in 2022 based on the number of the 5 months which were available for approval. Appendix 16 and 17. The major measure. The Ministry of Local Government and Rural Development has since decentralized the approval processes in order to quicken the approval processes and ultimately enhance service delivery to the community, thereby cutting off any delays in terms of implementation of the CDF activities. Appendix 18. Number 2, Chair, failure to spend. This is concerning projects. So management response, cause of query. Management acknowledges the findings made by the auditors and wishes to submit that the delay in the local authority did not spend the entire amount on projects due to the approval of the said activities being sanctioned in July of 2022, thereby leaving us with only 5 months before the end of the year. Therefore, it became difficult to spend the funds considering the number of months which had remained before the close of the year. Additionally, the lengthy procurement processes before decentralization caused further delay in the implementation of the CDF activities. Appendix 15. Action taken. The unspent funds as at close of the financial year were utilized in the following year, which is 2023, as it could not be spent in 2022 based on the number of months, 5 months, which were available after the approval Appendix 16 and 17. Remedial measure. The minister has since decentralized the approval processes in order to quicken the approval processes and ultimately enhance service delivery to the community, thereby cutting off any delays in terms of implementation of the CDF activities. Appendix 18. Number 3, Chair, failure to disperse the soft loans. Cause of query. Management acknowledges the findings made by the auditors and wishes to submit that the delay in the disbursement of soft loans was attributed to the guidelines which were completed and sent to the local authority in March of 2023. This is as at Appendix 19. Action taken. The soft loans have since been disbursed following the release of the guidelines in 2023, as at Appendix 20. Remedial measure. Since the guidelines for disbursement were given by the ministry and the authority to approve the soft loans was delegated to the provincial government officer, the process has now been quickened, and as a result, service delivery to the community has been enhanced. Appendix 18. So query number 4, Chair, bursaries, secondary school and skills development, unspent grants. Management response. The cause of query. Management acknowledges the findings made by the auditors and wishes to submit that the number of pupils and students indicated were the only ones who had applied for the bursaries. In short, there was low turnout of applicants after a number of sensitization programs were done by the local authority and were all approved at 100%. Therefore, it was not possible to spend the entire amount allocated, considering the number of applicants received. Action taken. Management wishes to report that the Council has since enhanced sensitizations so that most of the youths could be enticed to come on board and take advantage of the opportunities under CDF for their well-being. Further, the funds have been reserved for further learners as the interest of youth to undertake skills trainings has started to increase. Remedial measure. Management has embarked on a series of programs, including radio programs, to show the communities the importance of the available opportunities so that more youths can be taken on board. Number 5, Chair, bursaries, again, secondary schools and skills, failure to report. Management response. Cause of query. Management acknowledges observations made by the auditors and wishes to state that the students who had not reported were engaged together with the school management, and it was established that to most of them it was due to problems with their upkeep while in school. Action taken. Management wishes to report that following the clearance by the ministry on the matter of upkeep, the students were now able to receive meals while in school, and this has since increased the number of them reporting and remaining in school. Further, the school was written to on the matter and guidance sought from the ministry on the funds of students who had left school due to the upkeep issue. Further, these funds have been reserved for future students to the same school as at Appendix 19, 22, and 23. Remedial measure. There is a deliberate move to always allocate a reasonable amount to the meals of the students as the approval processes are being done by the CDF committee, and this has seen a drastic drop in the rate of students dropping out of school. Item 6, youth empowerment and community empowerment grants. Management response. Cause of query. Management acknowledges the observations made by the auditors and wishes to submit that the cooperatives had used the money for village banking in order to grow the money and implement their projects. This is at Appendix 24, 25, and 26. Action taken. Management wishes to report that engagements with all the cooperatives in the district was undertaken and they were sternly cautioned on the utilization of the funds. Further, the cooperatives were instructed to ensure that the money they received was put to good use, as this was a way to improve their livelihoods. Remedial measure. Though financial literacy trainings were held with all the cooperatives, management has decided to be engaging cooperatives per ward and not as a group because needs and perceptions vary. Additionally, the technocrats who sit on the committee will strengthen their recommendations to the CDF committee on the matter of allocations to cooperatives. This particular query, Honorable Chair, had also another part which is showing 2,156,831 as at 31st December, okay, as having been an excess expenditure.
Okay.
Yes, Chair. So management response. Cause of query. Management acknowledges the findings made by the auditors and wishes to submit that the amount in question was the overall amount spent on the grants for both brought forward from 2020 as well as the ones for 2022. Further, management wishes to state that the amount spent for 2022 grants was 1,953,200 kwacha, leaving a balance of 203,631, which was for 2021. This is at Appendix 27 and Appendix 28. Action taken. The amount has since been correctly classified according to the years in which they fell. Remedial measure. Management will ensure that classifications are done according to the years incurred in order to avoid a future misrepresentation. This ends my report, Honorable Chair. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much, Honorable Mwanza.
Thank you, Chair. I refer to page 3.
Page 3. Page 3 of your report. Secretary.
Yeah, this is of the construction of 1x3 classroom block at Chembe Primary School. I read that at the time of contract award or signing, there is already a variation in terms of the contract sum. The the initial was 380 to then to 533,391. On the contract sum, what necessitated the revision on the contract sum? And do you have any evidence of authority to seek this variation from the laid down procedures? I can see that the variation is above 25%, which is 40%. So maybe answer that on the contract price.
Secretary. Secretary.
Thank you, Chair. If you allow me, I can ask my Director of Engineering to pick it up. Yes, thank you, sir.
Thank you, Chair. As you can notice, Chair, this was a 2021 project, which was approved that's 2021. So, looking at the funds that were allocated at this time, which was 308,000, we had to do a comparison with the rates on the market to implement this project. To that effect, we had to submit a revised bill of quantities to the CDFC committee, which in turn gave authority, which we submitted to the ministry for additional funds to top up on the rates. And the requested amount from the ministry was approved by the ministry. Submit, Chair. Yes, there's evidence.
Where is it? Is on appendix what? The approval.
On our appendices, Chair, we do not have that evidence, but the approval was there.
So why didn't you put the approval here? If you have put everything else, why not that one? Because you knew you had some variations, and that required approval.
Okay.
So if you leave that one, how do we know that actually you sought authority to be granted to you for you to use that money? In the absence of that, what do we believe?
Chair, particularly we focused on the item that the auditors indicated.
What was your focus on?
So they were looking at the outstanding works and where we had where there were defects. So we had to provide them with that evidence.
Yeah, but you had additional funding on the same project, isn't it?
Yes, Chair.
Yes. So it's still valid because for you to complete it, it means you had to get some more authority, or had to put in some more money. Honorable Mwanza, then Honorable Nyambose.
Well, since you are concentrating on the auditor's query, at the time of inspection, there's the white 10 bars were used on the window frames instead of white 12, and then the roof was warping. Is warping on the veranda. On page 7, on page 4, you are saying management acknowledges the observations made by the auditors and wishes to submit that the warping roof was due to the trusses which were fabricated in Kitwe due to the irregular power outages experienced in Chembe. And then below, you are showing us a picture of white 10, which is changed to white 12. And then the middle part, there's no picture, but there's a title, Trusses and Ring Beam Reinforced. And then the second picture is painting and decorations on the same page 4. My questions are, the contractor to
Switch off your mic.
the contractor to fit white 10 bars to go against your BOQ. Was it with a blessing from the project manager? Then if it was a blessing from the project manager, where is the proof to show change in the specifications of the bars? And then what relationship has got power outages in Chembe to do with the 40 trusses from Kitwe? How can it help us in this kind of situation? Answer these questions.
Honorable Nyambose, just one.
Chair, on the same. The first one, I'll pick it from where Doka said. Chair, if you read this contract for Chembe Primary School, I'm sure it started in August 2022. It has so many extensions for the reasons indicated. Actually, the last revision was to end on 10th November 2023, almost 2024. Now, the question, Chair, is that these reasons that have attributed of the trusses which were not properly done. Council Secretary, from August 2022 to 2023 November, you couldn't find a place, or this contractor could not find a suitable place to do proper trusses in Chembe. Second question, these trusses, when they are being fitted or being I think it's the base is fitted. When they are being fitted on the building, where was the director of works? And if the director of works, who is the project manager, certified these defective trusses that caused the roof to be warped, then if you look, I'm looking at the time of audit or the period under review, the outstanding works, Chair, amount were reinforcement of trusses, ring bill to straighten the warping roof at the veranda. The other one was replace of the white tin and whatever, grazing, painting, decoration, door installation, electrical installation. At the time of audit, there was a balance of 95,969 turning way. The question is, these outstanding works, after having paid this contractor the sums of 437,421, the outstanding works, Council Secretary, the amount of 95,000 kwacha against the outstanding works, was this going to suffice? This amount going to suffice and finish off those remaining works? Those are my questions, Chair. And I wanted to look at, they've shown the Director of Works to show us evidence of having, if it's a completion certificate, if it's not completed, those milestones recorded. If it is not full completion, partial completion certificate, I've not taken time. It could be there, but I've not taken time to check, Chair. I submit.
Council Secretary. Okay.
Chairman, sincere apology, I had stepped out for something very urgent. They are saying that the terraces were fabricated in Kitwe due to the irregular power outage. I wanted to know whether, in their view, Kitwe was the nearest town to to find someone to do these terraces from Chembe? And why did they give a person outside the province? Are you saying that no one could have done this job within the province? Thank you.
I forgot, Chair, with your permission. Was this contractor a local contractor or a Kitwe contractor?
Council Secretary, all those questions.
Thank you, Chair. There's a number of questions that the honorable members have asked.
Yes, and I hope you are taking note.
Yes, I was taking note. My colleagues also were doing the same. So I'll just start, Honorable Chair, to explain the few basic responses to some of the questions. The key issue here I see, Honorable Chair, is why we are talking about procurement of trusses from Kitwe as a cause why there was this delay and why not local contractors. The situation in Wapula, Honorable Chair, is very, very difficult in terms of industrial works. The power outages, very intermittent. Even when it comes, sometimes it's not sufficient to do major industrial works. Sometimes it comes 2, 3, 4 times it goes in a day. And so progress in terms of work like this is not easy to that extent. So this is how the contractor opted to go to Kitwe and find someone there who can do it within a reasonable period of time. Now the warping issue came in, Honorable Chair, during transportation, according to what the contractor said. They were properly done in Kitwe, but on the way in the pedicle, when the trusses arrived, according to the contractor, it is the process of transporting them to Chembe that caused the trusses to be warping like that. So I think this is the scenario in Wapula. The nearest is Mansa. Mansa, actually Chembe gets power after it passes through Mansa. So Mansa is also affected in a similar way. And that is our provincial headquarters. The whole region is actually very negatively affected by the power outages. So this is one of the areas where I felt I can clarify on the aspect of why are we talking about power outage as a cause. For now, I end there, Chair. My directors will pick it up also.
Contractor from where?
Chair, there is a question where the honorable member has to say, was the contractor given a blessing to use the white tin instead of the white wolf? Chair, when an inspection was conducted and it was realized that the contractor did not follow the spec, an instruction was issued to the contractor to rectify the defect. And we've attached to this report Appendix 5, Chair.
Appendix 5?
Then, yes, Chair.
Yes. Please go ahead.
Before I ask the question, I just want to refer to your Council Secretary. From August 2022 to November 2023, the issue of power, or just let me say from August to December 2022, I know you have challenges. For your information, I indicated that I represent the special people of Joseph in Irundazi, Eastern Province, where until a month ago, we were receiving a power from Malawi until government thought for us. We have now been connected to the grid. Power is worse. It was worse in Lundazi and Chasefu. But I've never seen any contractor who fails, who comes to Chipata or to Lusaka to do trusses. This reason may not stand very well. Whatever transportation challenges, you cannot go ahead and allow this. The question to the director, when these trusses arrived in Chembe for this school, At the time of arrival, did you have sight of the same trusses, or did this contractor indicate to you the challenges he faced on the material that he brought to do the roofing? If not on the time of arrival, at the time of implementation, when they were roofing, did you do any monitoring to see these projects, and did you realize that the roof was warping at that time and could have made remedial measures, could have taken remedial measures? That is the question that I have for you, Director of Works, to satisfy this committee, because it's a cost that has been created. I submit, Chair.
Director of Works.
Thank you, Chair. So, Chair,
Just pull the mic a bit.
As you can see from the query, this is a 1x3 classroom block. So we did an inspection the time the contractor commenced the installation. So the time they were doing the first class, we observed that the contractor was on track. Then when we came for the final inspection, we noticed after they did the roof covering that one of the trusses actually had warped, which led to which in turn was showing to say that the trusses were the cause. So to that effect, Chair, we also instructed the contractor to rectify that defect, of which we have attached the evidence to this report, Chair.
So you're telling, you're submitting that you inspected this particular project twice, yes, at Chair, the inception of it, and after it has been roofed.
Yes, Chair.
Is that the way you're supposed to be inspecting?
Yes, Chair. Before they commence doing these critical works, Chair, we have to inspect, and upon completion as well, we have to do an inspection.
So you don't monitor it. You don't check on the contractor in between. For instance, he starts in January and he completes in December. Because we only go in January and you can go in December.
Chair, they submit a timeline for these activities.
No, sir. The government has given you the money, has given you the vehicle to be doing monitoring, isn't it? So whatever explanation you want to offer outside that will not suffice. Yes, sir.
Thank you for the kindness. I just wanted to find out, were these wood trusses or they were metal trusses, before I ask the substantive question?
Director Works.
Chair, these are steel trusses.
Chair, these are steel trusses. And the director has indicated to say when he went, there was no problem at first. They were putting at the school. Then later on, they discovered that the building was warping because of the trusses. Were you satisfied at the time that you went and you said everything was okay? Were you satisfied with the trusses, that they were okay? At that point you went there first. If you did not see all the trusses, why? And at the time they were completing that, you discovered the warping of the roof, and you were told it's the trusses, which you had seen earlier. At what stage was it, and what action did you instruct the contractor to undertake before completing roofing the same building?
Honorable Mwanza, to start with.
Thank you, Chair.
This should be one question.
Sure. Director Works, it's important to be sincere, because the statements from the Council Secretary and your statements, they are totally different. In the sense that CS is trying to justify that because of the transport and the bad road, the pedicle road, the trusses were affected. They were like bent or something like this. Then you are saying you were on site at the time of fitting the trusses, and the contractor was on the track, meaning you okayed. After roofing, then the roof warped. Now, how can straight trusses that you even supervised at fitting, because when you supervise the roofing, at fitting, you check the levels that that are straight, just simple, like that. And then you roof. You roof, and then it warps on a truss that you check that the levels were okay. So, which statement are we going to believe? Were you on site to check that the trusses at the time of fitting, they were straight, and it was done according to standard specifications and quality that is stipulated in the BOQ? It even reminds me of the question now about the bars for as window frames. The reinforcement bars, the burglar bars. If you have been so alert at checking the works before the critical works, which means the time that they were inserting the white tent bars, you were there, and you checked they were okay. Then later you discovered, oh no, this is the, maybe you didn't have a vernier calipers to check the diameter. I'm not so sure. So anyway, my question is, which statement do we take on this warping, from the CS or from the Director of Works?
Thank you. Addition?
Bullet question, Chair. I wanted to know whether the decision to go and make these trusses in Kito did not attract additional costs.
Council Secretary?
Honorable Chair, I'll try to explain responses to both the initial two questions from the honorable members and the last one.
Director of Works. Please.
Sure, sir. Yes. The council of this August House, Honorable Chair, we take it seriously. The aspect of project management involves constant supervision of the contractor on site at every point, at every stage. That we have also highlighted in our remedial measure. In my report, we take the council seriously, Honorable Chair. The inspections were not constant. That one, we take it, and the council is accepted.
Yeah.
The last point I wanted to
go ahead.
Yes, Honorable Chair. The aspect of the cost, why not produce these trusses from within Wapula go to Kitwe? I think that one was borne by the contractor, so he knows how he did his arithmetic. According to us, it was just work to be done on the site. Where he got the materials wasn't our issue, but the challenge came now when we saw the issue of warping on the building. So the cost was not our issue, because those are internally contractual issues. The contractor knows how much he spent on that. That's how I've attempted to.
Did you answer the questions for Honorable Nyambose? Did you respond to that? Honorable Nyambose, are you satisfied? Yes. Okay. Another question, yes? Which one? The same one.
It was asked, Chair, and the answer has not come out. Was this contractor a local contractor or not?
Council Secretary?
Engineering to respond.
Director Engineering.
Thank you, Chair. Chair, this contractor was a local contractor. He's based within Chembe, Chair.
And he was alive to this erratic power supply. Is he the only one getting trusses from Kitwe, or even other contractors are busy getting from Kitwe? Director of Works.
Can you switch off your mic, Honorable?
Chair, specifically this contractor had indicated to us, because of the challenge to say, I sourced these trusses from Kitwe. The others, they just deliver to site, and then we do the inspection.
They do what?
They deliver the trusses to site.
My concern is, this is not the only contractor you have in Chembe. other contractors, do they do their terraces in Kitwe as well?
Director of Works.
Chair, for that one, as I mentioned, where they source these, usually we are not informed. We just do the inspection to see that the specification is met.
It's only this one who informed you.
Yes.
Well, what interest do you have in this one?
This one, because of the challenge of we actually, because of the contractor wrote to us to say, I'm having challenges fabricating these trusses here. So
where is the letter, since he wrote to you?
There is an attachment saying that they could not fabricate the trusses in Chembe because due to the power outages.
Okay.
Yes.
Don't they use gem sets? I end there, Chair.
Yes.
Chair, it's quite interesting. The director now is making a lot of revelations that he has said that they have no interest in the contractors wherever they get the materials from. And it is true. The councils know, as long as you give a contract, they bring the right materials. Whether they get from Chasefu, it's not your baby. But the honorable member for Mitete asked, but on this one, how did you have interest to bring out the issue of Kitwe? Why I've asked is, Chair, I suspect this matter came because they were found warped. They were found that they were bent. Now, if they were found to have been bent, to be bent, at which point did you realize? And I think that's when he explained to say, no, these are defective because I made them from Kitwe. So I'm relating this to the point which the director said that at the point of installation, when they arrived, he was there, he saw they were okay, and he okayed it. So since the council secretary has already explained and apologized, I just want to continue. Chair, I beg you, with your indulgence, on page 6, Chair.
Page 6. Yes.
Page 6, it's a quick one, Chair. Just one question, bullet question.
Yes.
On the police post, I've seen a beautiful police post, and I want to congratulate you if this is the way it is appearing. The contract price was 54804.66. Did you do any variation to this one, or this same amount was the one that completed this beautiful police post? My substantive question, Chair, is on page 13. But if they can answer that one, I'll hold for the response.
Thank you. Thank you. Yes.
CS, you have also indicated in your submission that the delay was as a result of inaccessibility to the site. A police station or a police post is supposed to be, once it is opened, it's never closed. How will the people access this place? Those with issues that should be sorted out by the police, how will they access this particular place if the contractor had difficulties to access this place? Once it is opened, it's never closed.
Council Secretary.
Thank you, Honorable Chair. The first question is whether or not there was a variation to this particular contract, which went up to, the amount was 540,804.66. Honorable Chair, there was no variation. This is the amount we ran with up to the end. Then the last question from our honorable here, the issue of how the police post run, because it's supposed to be accessible throughout.
Yes.
Chair, the scenario, this particular area is quite dicing as we are talking now. As I'm reporting here, the people of Chipete, they are cut off. The road becomes impassable during the rainy season. There are a number of areas where we need to put some bridges, crossing points. So as we are talking, there is one point at Kombo where last week my team went to inspect. It's actually not possible you can't cross. So what we are looking at, Honorable Chair, is that we are preparing ourselves. 2024, we have budgeted for some crossing points. We have also applied for funds from the ministry. We have also used CDF. We have allocated some money to do the critical points in terms of crossing points. We have also bought earth-moving equipment. Immediately after the rains recede, Honorable Chair, the equipment will be heading towards that road. So those are the measures that we have put in place. Thank you, Chair.
Yes.
Yes, thank you very much that you are putting up government infrastructure in areas that are not being serviced. Did you take time to study the population of people that will be served by that particular area? And looking at its allocation, what will be the number or maybe the population of people that will be served in the rain season? Like I've indicated, once the doors are opened, I've never seen a police post whose doors are closed. So did you take that analysis to look at was the money worth putting infrastructure in an area that is currently inaccessible? Thank you so much.
Council Secretary.
Thank you, Honorable Chair. If you allow me, I want to ask our Director of Planning to provide the response in terms of the issue of the population.
Thank you, Chair. We believe the Chipete area is in Mumfula Ward towards the northwestern end of our district. So in as far as people accessing the police post, because they are within the vicinity, that 5-kilometer radius of the actual police post, they can get to it. The problem was the connection from the center of the district, from Luapula Ward, going to Mumfula Ward. That is where the issue is with access. So the people in the vicinity can actually access it, and from our statistics, we know that we have 5,000 plus people who will be able to access that police post to be serviced.
Thank you very much, honourable members. Yes. Doc, a bullet question.
Yes. When do you expect this beautiful police station to be operational? Because on the contract, it did not come with the police houses.
Thank you. When do you expect it to be operational? The police post?
Thank you, Honorable Chair. The police post is actually complete as we are talking, and is ready for commissioning.
Yeah,
just last week, we were submitting the number of projects which are actually ready for commissioning.
You're going very far. When do you expect this one?
Honorable Chair, yes, thank you, sir. Yeah. Our colleagues, the police service regional headquarters already sanctioned staffing that will go there. And
Sir,
they are ready.
We are not answering we are not asking when the officers will be there. We are simply saying, when are you opening it? That's all. We don't know whether there will be police officers or what, but when are you opening it? When will it be operational? That's all. after 1 month, after 1 week, after 2 years.
Honorable Chair, we earmarked commissioning of these projects, including this one, this month end.
This month end. Today
Yes,
is
sir.
what? Today is 15th. After 2 weeks.
Starting from 27 going up.
After 2 weeks. Why are you so economical with the truth? You can't say, no, by 15th April we think it will be commissioned. From 27 going upwards up to December.
Thank you, Chair. Thank you. Yes, you are commissioning the soonest. From you, that word would be suitable. The question was, do we have accommodation here?
Honorable Chair, we have also done one staff house and it's also complete. Thank you, sir.
Chair, thank you so much. Page 13, Chair.
You end up on the
Yes, this is the last one from me, unless my colleagues. The last one, Chair, is a failure to report. 35 students failed to report to a named college, resulting in the council overpaying 258,520, Chair. These students failed to report, and they have given the response to say no, the issue of meals was the issue what made people know, the students not report. My first question is that why didn't management do a verification, physical verification, before making payment? I think this one goes to CS, if he can do it, maybe treasurer and the DPO. Second, Chair, they have attached through the appendices their letter to the college requesting to be refunded 358,000, something like that. And the college replied, they wrote on 21st December 2022, upon realizing that they had overspent, they were overpaid. Then the institution wrote back to them in April. From November it was December, January, February, March, April. 5 months later, that's when the college replied in 2023. Then the college has challenged the council to say that actually it is not 358,000, it is actually 350. We are willing to pay. And actually they are not willing to pay. They are saying that we shall transfer this money to those who will be coming in the 2023, Chair. The issue is the uptake of the council in terms of skills training is very low. Then 2023, the component of the CDF has also skills training. Then the college is proposing not responding by paying back. And the college has proposed that they cannot pay 358, they can pay 8,520 less, because at that time the fees were different. The question, Chair, the questions. Number one, did the treasurer do a reconciliation with the said college who are challenging on the figures that instead of 358, it should be 350? And they have given justification. And if the treasurer did so, what was the advice, or the advice to the management? Two, why should the college determine what to do with the money? Because this money, council secretary, was supposed to have been varied to other areas of need in that period, instead of them proposing to say we shall pay you only at that period. Then lastly, the 5 months, did the DPO or the council secretary make a follow-up on the very important letter that you wrote on 21st December 2022. It took so long because this was about resources having been kept by the college for the people who were not there to get that service. Chair, those are my questions. Thank you.
Thank you. Honorable Singombe, you want an addition?
Yeah, yes, Chair. The college has decided to retain the money they decided to retain the money so that they pick maybe students in the following year. I just wanted to find out, Chair, if the college decided to increase the fees and the monies are sitting with them, may I know whether there is an agreement with our local authority that if they decided to retain the money, then the students that will come will not be required to pay extra money? Because that money, like my colleague has indicated, that is our money that should have gone into other developmental projects. Thank you.
Council Secretary, I have a brief one as well.
Yes, on the same, who made the decision?
Honorable Singombe, you can switch off your mic.
Sorry.
Who made the decision for the college to retain the money? Is it the council management or the college? And was it a rational decision to make to keep money with the college for future students, that you are not a college that is even offering a diverse range of courses, subjects? So who made that decision? And in your own thinking, is it a rational decision? The second question is, how many secondary boarding schools are in Chembe district? Because the intake for pupils is quite low, negligible. Only four pupils were sponsored by government.
Thank you. Council Secretary.
Thank you, Chair.
You take on all the questions. Please go ahead.
Thank you, Chair. I want to ask my Director Planning to provide the first response.
Director Planning.
Thank you, Chair. There was a question on the issue of retention of funds, and the situation was such that we had a public gathering where we called all the prospective students, and we recorded everyone who came through, and we called the said institutions to which they had applied, such that at the time, the week before they went to school, they came to the council and recorded their names to a register to say they would actually go to that school. So it was during our quarterly monitoring that we noticed that there was a difference. So you find that at the beginning of the process, we are assured to say next week we are going. And the principals of those schools had sent representation. This event was actually held at the council. So at the beginning of that process, we have these people assuring us to say we are here, we have signed for these positions, and whatever money is going to be paid is going to be utilized because we're going to this school. 3 months later, we say, let us go and monitor. When we go there, we find that there is a discrepancy. So between that period, that is when we began to write letters back and forth and consult with other departments to see what is it that we can do. How can we make sure we don't lose out as a district? Because this money has already gone out. So that is the situation. Thank you, Chair.
Yes.
Chair, they have not spoken to the difference. At the time of releasing the funds, they had the quotation of the fees by school. But along the way, the college increased, and they told them that actually the amounts have changed. Was there any reconciliation of our accounts between the treasurer or the auditor, because if you read your appendices, the letters that they have written, they have said the money it should be less by 8,520. Now, meaning that at the time that you are making this payment, you were calculating the number of students and the fees charged. But later on, when they are responding to your letter demanding the full amount that you paid, they're saying, and actually this amount is this. At which point did they change the fees to demand a reduction by 8,500? Maybe I've read wrongly, but this is what I've picked from the letters that have been between yourselves and them. And the question is, why should the college dictate on the use of the money instead of you who demanded for it to come back? And has it been paid back to you? Those are the questions, Chair.
Council Secretary.
Thank you, Honorable Chair. The matter now at hand in this August House is an active one, and we are being educated here. There are areas where we didn't pay much attention. The aspect of the variation, the change, what we wrote to demand the refund and their response, there's a difference there, the 8,000 plus, which they are saying it will be less this amount. Honorable Chair will make a follow-up. We didn't pay attention to this one.
In auditors, is it on the same? I want to close this matter.
Thank you, sir. Before you are closing, Chamber, thank you very much. Number one, it was not possible to spend the entire amount allocated, considering the number of applications. You received, according to you, a good number of applicants or very few? Anyone can answer.
Council Secretary.
Honorable Chair, I want to ask my Director of Planning to pick it up.
Diplo, at page 13. The management response. I'll help you. There are very few. Then the money treasury reserved for future learners. Why didn't you vary this money to do other projects? Chair, they receive very low turnout. Then they reserve money for future learners. Surprisingly, the same, just within the same response, now the interest has started coming. So what should we take? What should your committee take? Which position?
Do we have a response on that?
Chair, like I said earlier on, this matter is of quite big interest, and we are taking it as an active case.
With interest with whom?
Us and the school itself. So we are continuing to engage.
For how long have you been engaging?
Honorable Chair, from the time we wrote and they responded.
When was that?
It was last year, Honorable Chair.
When did you write the letter? Treasurer, you can respond yourself. When did you write the letter of demand?
Thank you, Chair. The letter was written on 21st December 2022.
Just use the other mic, not that one. It was written when?
December of 2022.
December 2022.
Sure.
When did you get the response from them?
3rd April 2023.
3rd April
2023.
2023. And to date, you are still active from April to date. We are getting into April soon. Almost 12 months.
Treasurer.
Switch off your mic, Treasurer.
Now you are keeping the money. For how long have you been keeping this money? If I'm saying, well, 4 million. For how long?
Thank you, Chair. Based on the date that we did the payment, and we discovered this discrepancy, it's been on our account since then.
Any interest? And
I'm not sure I understand the question.
have you earned some interest on this money?
On the monies that we have on our account, all the funds that are in there have earned an interest, which we have even transmitted to the Ministry of Finance.
Even on the revolving fund?
Yes, Chair.
Chair, my last intervention. CS, is this enhanced CDF a right way to go in Chembe and the country at large? Would you still love government to increase this CDF 2025?
We are ending, Honorable Mwanza. Yes, go ahead.
Thank you, Chair. On Appendix 1, page 4, which is just a follow-up on Honorable Mtelo's question on interest, you have a table that is showing interest on utilization. On Appendix 1, page 4 of Appendix 1.
Yes.
So Appendix 1, page 4, there's a table. Table 2, utilization of CDF. Interest accrued, 167,254. Expenditure, you have spent 21,311. And the unspent is 145,943. I just heard you saying the interest has been sent to Control 99, but here it shows that it is sitting in your account, and you have spent 21,131 from the interest of 167, and so the main account and the revolving account. What is the proportion? What is the proportionate share of this 167? And did you deposit the interest from the main account to Control 99? Because this from this table, it shows the money is sitting in your account. And where did you spend the 21,000 kwacha on? Thank
you. Treasurer.
Thank you, Chair, for that question. Would love to indicate that the interest that was received on both accounts was not utilized by the local authority. In fact, it was all transmitted to the ministry, and the reports were prepared accordingly. It's just unfortunate that we didn't come with those. We didn't foresee this. Otherwise, we do not have any interest sitting on us. I think the only fund that could be talked about in terms of still sitting on the account are those amounts that are being paid back in terms of loans on the revolving account. When the cooperatives or individuals that had gotten loans are paying back to the bank. Otherwise, all the funds in terms of interests that were earned on these accounts or was transmitted to the ministry.
Quicker one. Are you saying even the revolving account, you send the interest to Control 99?
Yes, explain.
No, Chair. The only interest that we send is
Exactly.
the one that is on the account based on the funds that we save particular banks.
Okay, the chair have not been answered. CS, is this the right way to go with this enhanced CS? I mean CDF in Chembe and the country at large? According to your own analysis and Chembe management, is this the right way to go or not? Would you love this CDF government having more funds to be increased or not?
Yes.
Honorable Chair, the answer is definitely yes. We need CDF enhanced because so many areas we are looking at the demand. This time now people are waking up to realize what CDF can do. We need more money. Otherwise, the challenges that we are now going through, they are a learning process, Honorable Chair. We are getting better.
Thank you very much. Council Secretary, there are a few things that you need to get on. That money that you are taking it with that institution where you paid the monies, and then your approach is so soft on them that it should take you almost maybe about 10 months. You have no response or you have not working on it, and then you are saying actively we are engaging our colleagues at the college. That is not enough. You are appearing before this committee just next month. We want to have that one resolved. We will not take it lightly. And all these other projects, all the concerns that the members have raised, we want you as local authority to be able to work together, to be able to have coordinated responses. You come and you camp at Charimbana there in order for you to go through your report as a team, so that the information that you have is the information that your director of finances will have, is the same information that the internal auditor will have. We do not want those whispers, because at the end of the day you already have the information. The other officer has the same information. So I want you to work as a team, and when we find officers that are almost going to doubt on what to say, on what's transpiring maybe at their institution, we get very worried, because a lot of money is coming in these local authorities, and we expect our officers to be up and running, bringing development to Chembe and be able to bring service to Chembe. I'm also wondering why Chembe everything has to come from all the way from Kitwe into Wapula. Those are issues that we'll look at critically and see why there is that appetite, for lack of a better word, to use contractors or to use everything from Kitwe. We wish you well as you go back, as I withdraw now the immunity that was conferred on you and allow you to travel back to Chembe. Thank you very much.